I first met Lamaya Kamen in 2009 when her mom called us, outraged that Lamaya's first grade teacher yelled at her for playing with her braids and then cut one off with a scissors in front of the class.
What did you do?
I went to my desk and cried, and they was laughing. She threw it away.
The story went national. The teacher ticketed for disorderly conduct, and Lamaya moved on.
The last time I saw you, you were 7.
15 years later, here we are.
Lamaya reached out to me to share good news. The now 22-year-old is exploding as a hip-hop artist, known as 414 Jungle Baby, just signing a multi-record deal with a division of Warner Music.
People say, why did I call myself Jungle Baby? I consider Milwaukee as the jungle, and I was just a baby in here.
Did that incident follow you?
Yeah. I got plenty of people that hit me up like, oh, I want to interview you. You're the girl that got your hair cut off. And I was just like, I'm trying to leave it where it was at, but it's going to always be there. So I just became to accept it.
But that acceptance wasn't easy.
I feel like if it didn't happen, I wouldn't be who I am right now. So I'm grateful.
It's complicated, right? Because you look at it like something bad that happened to you that never should have happened to you, obviously. But it seems that you're turning that into something.
I started writing about my problems. I would write poems, or I would just write exactly how I felt, and I would burn it and just let it fly in the wind. So then I'm like, oh, I could put this on a beat, and it would sound melodic or something. So I started making music about my life, and it blew up. Like I had 1 million views off a song called Knockout. And I was basically saying that life was beating me, but I punched back and I knocked it out.
My brother died, I can't believe that he clocked out. Life was beating my I punched back, that's a knockout.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people who see me on the news video when I did get my hair cut off, they're like, oh, the little girl's so quiet. I'm like, oh, she cut off my hair. Now when you see me, I'm just, like, I can express myself more now.
They ain't like me, but they singing my raps now.
Lamaya told me when she's in the studio all alone, it feels as if there's no one there to judge her. A chance to let out whatever she's feeling, however she wants to say it.
When I make music, that's me speaking up for myself.
That means speaking of her darkest moments that include a suicide attempt.
I'd be like, oh, I just told these people that I fight depression, and I was embarrassed about it. But it's not embarrassing. It's okay, we all do. The richest people in the world battle depression.
Lamaya doesn't know if the trauma from the braid led to her mental health struggles, but she wants to be open and not leave her story buried in the past.
It's probably an incident somewhere where this happened to some other kid and it didn't go on the news, or it didn't become viral, or it was just pushed under the rug. So I have to talk about it and tell people, like, it's okay. Trauma happens, but don't let it break you.
Now she's on an upward trajectory, surprising even herself.
I had every label you can think of trying to sign me. Even artists, like Lil Bibby tried to sign me. Chief Keef, it's amazing, actually. Like, people I listen to tapped in with me.
It's a long way from her original story in 2009, now viewed more than 5 million times and counting.
I'm a part of history, and then I'm gonna always be a part of history.
And she's already busy writing the next chapter. In Milwaukee, Nick Poor, WISN 12 News.